Hi, friends. So good to be back with all of you. I'm sorry I missed yesterday. At this point, I'm not going to be yet teaching on Mondays, but maybe at some point in the future. But heard it was beautiful yesterday. For those of you who are here for the first time, welcome. I don't see any new timers, although maybe Stacy. Those of you who are in the Zoom space itself. There are some people I'm sure who are online at YouTube, Facebook, who might be watching this. We welcome you now, no matter when you actually will be with us. No matter when you're with us, you'll be with us in the present moment, which is a good thing to know. We're Romemu, and I'm the founder and the senior rabbi, and my name is David Ingber, and I know and love many of you here for years, and some of you just kind of recently. So inspired and uplifted that people take out time in the middle of the day to stop and to just meditate and clear the mind or become aware of the mind. It's kind of a very big deal. We're going to start meditating, as it were, officially at 2:10. We'll go for about 18 minutes before we close the session. And we hope that it will actually be a bridge between the part of your day before meditation, the part after. And bridging is a kind of important piece in our tradition, being a bridge. Sinai in our tradition was everything. And the real question, of course, was not how the Israelites would arrive at Sinai. They were going to get there. The question really was how they would depart from Sinai. That's really the question, I think. And as many of who are part of the Romemu community or have been my students know that I've said this, and it's not really said with any intention to be tongue-in-cheek, but right, Shabbat really begins when it ends, and you really enter the synagogue when you leave it. And it's kind of that paradox of spiritual life, which asks us to recognize that meditation and contemplation and compassion and presence are qualities and attributes that are cultivated in a very specific time and place, so that there is no specific time and place in which they are being cultivated. That they are present for us when we need them the most, which is often when we're not actually practicing. That's really the test, the litmus test of Sinai is, what does it look like when you're a mile away, or 10,000 miles away, or 10 years away, or 100 years away, right? Just as the real litmus test of a child's inculcation of the parental values is not that they brush their teeth when they're in your presence, but when they're not. Really, that's the question. Right? Are we able to have access to these tools when we haven't rung a bell? Right? So that's really the work. And so we sit, but the sitting itself is intrinsically valuable just to sit. And it's also true that as we get up from sitting, we try to the best of our abilities to stay awake, right? And to be mindful even as things begin to speed up and our eyes are wide open. In our tradition, we would call that moment, the bridge moment, what's happening in this week's Torah portion. Last week was Parshat Yitro, Jethro. The Israelites stood at the Sinai mountain or underneath it. They heard, right, and saw synesthesia. They saw what they hear and they hear what they see. It's an overwhelming epiphany, literally an ecstatic in the deep sense of the word ecstasy, really. And then we make a turn towards the laundry, as Jack Cornfield would say. It's like after that ecstatic Sinai, there's the laundry of Mishpatim. And now the laundry list. So that's, I guess, a Jewish question of enlightenment, which is, in the beginnings there were rivers, and then there weren't any rivers and mountains, and then there were mountains and rivers. That vision of a kind of Zen approach, what Thich Nhat Hanh, the great Vietnamese Buddhist monk, would say, is a quality of seeing clearly. That's the quality of our meditation today. It's from Sinai to society, from the cushion to how we walk it out in the world. Everyday Zen, they call it everyday holiness. I'm going to ring the bell and invite you to be in a position that is as comfortable as it can possibly be for you to in some way turn your attention, to your meditate. And as we begin, I just invite you to spontaneously and immediately bring awareness to the heaviness of your body. Feel the weight of your body as it's being held in space, feeling the weight of your skull, the weight of your shoulders, the weight and you just imagine giving your weight to whatever is supporting you. And now gently and clearly move awareness or attention to sensation in the body. No need to focus on any one point of sensation, just allowing your awareness to feel body, to feel sensations, cold, hot, without even needing to label them or language them, just feeling what is already in the body. Remember, if you could bring your awareness to the breath, noticing as much as you can notice about the breath, really opening to learning without manipulating or changing the breath. Just noticing. And from that perspective, from watching the breath, noticing any thoughts that might arise. And the minute you notice that you have a thought, just watch it disappear, follow it, and then gently come back to the breath. If you notice yourself thinking, just note the thought, watch it disappear, and gently and softly return to the breath. The clearest perception and the most exalted state of consciousness is still arising as an appearance. Awareness of pleasurable feelings or transcendent states is an appearance in consciousness. And so are those who present themselves. So see your reality, each moment an invitation to Sinai, to honoring those truths each moment, a bridge between clarity and compassion, between receiving and giving. Where is Sinai? Where is the mountain? Where is the revelation? The only face that we ever see is the face of the other. Look for your own face amongst all of the appearances that arise. The last minute and a half of our time together today, inviting you to come back to the breath, resting in all that is arising, all that is appearing. Bridging above and below, inside and outside. Well, friends, it's customary at all three of the prayer services offered each day, morning, afternoon, and evening, to say Mourner's Kaddish. We're going to lift up, without saying the Kaddish, Irving Gedoldig. I see Brother Richard here with us today. And just each and every one of you, as the bell was ringing, the door to the bathroom outside my office was opening. I feel like the overlay of an idea about a meditation bell and what it's supposed to make me feel is just another appearance. No better or worse than the door opening. It's just all appearances, and we're the ones to whom it appears, and the one that we are is certainly not this I and all these things that are also appearing, but the same thing in me and in you and all of us, that same consciousness. So blessings to all of you for whatever is happening. May Sinai and society, Sinai and the laundry list today, a happy marriage, be bridged, the two of them together, as we march our way towards this coming week's prayer portion, making sure that we come down the mountain every moment. Blessings to all of you. Thank you to Ari. And see you tomorrow, God willing. Amitofo. Buddha bless you.